Hey everybody, welcome back to Grumpy Acres. Sitting out here in the evening, sun's starting to go down. It's getting a little chilly. Had to put the hat on to cover my bald head. Just want to do a quick video for you. Nothing to really show you per se, but wanted to talk about something that came up this weekend. So we went to a camp out, the Midwest Prepper Project camp out happened this weekend. It's a camp out that happens twice a year, and basically everybody comes into the area and they go camping, and on Friday and Saturday they have classes, and it's kind of a local thing. I used to be involved in helping develop it and stuff, and we tried making it more regional, and it's getting bigger. I hadn't been for a couple of years because of health reasons, and then other things came up, and it was nice going. We just went on Friday night and Saturday. Yoda spent all day Saturday out there, and I had a hunter education class that day, so I got out there during the evening, and it was nice. It was really nice. We got to see a bunch of people we haven't seen in a long time, and got to meet some new people, do some networking. If you look for it on Facebook, you can find it, and if you're into that kind of stuff, I highly recommend it when it rolls around next spring. Maybe I can teach a class next year. I really enjoy teaching the classes. I haven't done it in a while. I think it'd be kind of fun to get back into that. But yeah, we saw some people, made some networking with new people. Met some of our neighbors, and when I say neighbors around here, that means within 4 or 5 miles. There's some houses close by, but your neighbor isn't easy walking distance most of the time. One of the cool things that we did get while we were there, one of our subscribers, who we happen to know through the camping project, he gave us this. And let me see if I can get you a better picture. He gave us this. It's a thin blue line. He made it, and he sells these. I think he said he sells them for $120 online. He didn't give me permission to give everybody his name, but if you are interested in purchasing one, I'm sure I can get his contact information for you, and you guys can talk about getting one. He makes the thin blue line one, and he does one with a regular American flag, and I really wish I had a picture of those, because as nice as this looks, the American flag ones are even more gorgeous. Yoda told him that we were going to put this one up outside underneath the Grumpy Acre sign. I don't know, man. This is awful nice. I'm seriously thinking it needs to go inside until I can make a covered porch for it. Sure, I could polyurethane it and stuff, but sitting out in the elements, it's going to get ruined over time. And this is all handmade. He made the stars are all hand dremeled, and he puts it together, and he puts marine grade varnish on, or stain on it, and it looks really nice. And seeing it on film just doesn't do any justice, to be honest with you. So if you're interested, look below in the about section and get our realgrumpyacres@gmail.com address, and send us an email, and we'll see if we can't put you in touch with him so you can buy one. I'm going to tell you right now that if that thin blue line thing bothers you, you might as well just unsubscribe. Our son is law enforcement, and we do support the police as long as they support us, and there are more good law enforcement officers out there than not. So if that offends you or you're triggered by that, you might as well just unsubscribe right now, because we support them as long as they're supporting us. With that said, so a conversation came up. I met one of our neighbors, and I was telling him about everything that's going on around here and all the work that needs to be done, and we started talking about capital, and I thought I'd share the conversation with you. So when I say capital, I don't mean like Washington D.C. or your state capital. I mean capital with an A, which is the definition of it is a storage of assets or advantages. And so when you say capital, to a lot of people, they immediately think of monetary capital, which is extremely important. But on top of monetary capital, you've also got time capital. That's the amount of time you have available and energy capital. So the monetary capital, everybody understands it. Everybody understands the value of a dollar, right? If you don't have money, it's harder to do things than if you do. Time capital. The important thing about time capital, remember, is once you spend it, you can never get it back. It's done. It's gone. So you have to really think about how you spend that. And then energy capital, and by that I mean, in my case, I'm not as young as I used to be, and I can't work as much and as hard as I could 20 years ago. So I have to be able to spend my energy capital in a way that makes sense. And and it is the money capital and the energy capital are renewable, right? You can always get that back. You may not get a good return on it. You may not get back as much as you spent, but you're always going to be able to recharge it until you're dead, basically. So that's the three type of capitals, and the reason why you need to be aware of that is because you have to figure out how to spend it properly on your homestead. So I could go out and I could pay somebody $20,000 to clean up my property. I mean, and quite frankly, it's pretty darn close how much it would cost in total, because there's a lot of hauling off and a lot of work and that. And when I say clean up the property, I also mean inside the house. I mean, we got to do a complete tear out in the metal part of the building, which I'm sorry I haven't shown you a video of it yet. I will get you one soon. But man, he's wandering around with this stick. You have to spend it wisely. Spending $20,000 out of our budget just to clean up out here and in there just isn't a good use of money, because we can spend that doing other stuff. One of the things that money can get you that becomes a leverage for monetary capital, it allows you to get things to give you a mechanical advantage. Case in point, my front loader. So I spent $6,000 buying that front loader. I still haven't been able to get it put on because I haven't had the time, or actually I just haven't had the time to get it on, and I don't have the space, So, I've got the mechanical advantage, but I haven't invested the time capital to get it working. So, and quite frankly, I'm not going to be able to. It's the getting it installed at this point is a little bit beyond my abilities, and it's not because I don't know how. I just don't have the facilities, and I don't have the equipment. So I'm going to pay somebody to put that on for me. So I'm going to spend my monetary capital to get this mechanical advantage, which I'm going to bring back to the homestead. And with that front loader, I can go over to all that stuff over there in the corner behind the truck. You see all those barrels and stuff? I can take that front loader and I can use it to move that stuff around instead of having to haul it around by hand. I can use that to move dirt. I can use that to get things going around here, and move trash and everything. And that's going to save me time. So that takes my time capital expenditure and makes it smaller. It also changes the amount of energy I got to spend on it. I'm going to have to buy some diesel for the tractor, but sitting on the tractor and moving stuff around is a lot easier than hauling it manually. I mean, anybody that works a farm knows that. So it's just a matter of how much capital you've got of each, and how you spend it. We right now we've got a pretty sizable amount of monetary capital, and we're, so far we've used it to buy all the big things that we need for the house. But now we're to the point now to where we're getting to the cleanup portion and the tear out portion of the house. So we got to start using it wisely, because it's going to disappear really quick. And one day it's going to be gone. And we're going to be stuck needing to pay money for stuff, and we're not going to have the money. Time. Quite honestly, we're in a time crunch. That's why we've been spending the monetary capital to get the stuff. We just got the new stove in place. I got to cut a flue for it. But the new stove is more efficient than the stove that was in there, and so but it's winter's coming, so I'm on a time crunch to get that flue in and make sure that everything's working on that stove properly, and then quite honestly, the whole reason for us trying to get out of debt is because we don't have a lot of confidence in the economy going forward. Yoda sees the real estate market behaving just like it did in 2008, late 2007, and the crash happened in 2008, and both of us have looked at it with a critical eye, and what we see happening in the next crash that we see coming is a lot worse because the situation's changed, and we think it's going to be deeper, and we don't think it's going to be rebound as quick, and then the inflation hitting. I mean, the Fed's just announced that they saw no reason to adjust the Fed interest rate to calm inflation because they want people working 2 jobs, basically, is what they said. If you read I don't think it was Janet Yellen that made it. It was one of the undersecretaries of the Fed. But one of them made a comment about how it incentivizes people to go to work and take second jobs, basically. So we're not too positive about the economy, and we think we're on a time crunch. And then the energy capital, like I said, I'm not a young spring chicken anymore, and I can't work as hard and as long as I can, and when I do that, I don't recover quite as quick either, to be honest with you. So that's one of the things. That's what we got to worry about around here is spending our capital properly. What's gonna the mechanical advantage that the monetary capital is going to give us is we're going to be able to get this stuff cleaned up over the winter, and this spring we're going to be able to put our garden in. And that's going to turn into an advantage for us because we're planning on doing market garden and going to farmers markets next year. So we'll be able to recoup some of our monetary expenditures and create a revenue stream that's going to help us, with the monetary capital down the road. So I hope that wasn't too geeky for some people, and I hope you take it to heart. Spend your capital wisely. First, you need to sit down and figure out what capital you have. Figure out what you need to spend it on, and then just like you're doing your bank account every payday, you should be budgeting your time and energy capital along with your monetary capital and using it properly. Well, until next time, remember, how's it go? It goes like, share, comment, subscribe. So if you guys would do all that, that would really help us get the algorithm and make it so our videos are more prevalent, so more people can see it. And I hope you guys really are moving forward on your journey to freedom. I hope you guys are taking some of the inspiration and some of the stuff that we're telling you and running with it, because we think more and more people. It was really nice being at the camp out this weekend and being around a bunch of people that, well, not all of them were of the same mindset. A lot of them were, and a lot of them are working towards that freedom, to get out from underneath the financial system that keeps people in debt. I heard a comment, and I shared it with everybody at the camp out. Lady said that all her adult life she had gotten really good at managing debt, and what she was not good at was managing wealth. And that's where you need to get. You need to get to the point where you're able to manage wealth better than you are to manage debt, because you get the debt out from underneath you, and then you're dealing with building wealth. And that's an investment in your future. So until next time, appreciate you guys, all our subscribers that we saw at the camp out. Man, we really enjoyed it, and we hope to see you. And you need everybody out there needs to bring another person with you. Bring a second person and bring them to that camp out if you go next spring. Go ahead, go live a life done free. Grumpy G, clear. Thanks, Milo.